Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk about things life, love, spirituality, love, attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for our weekly energy reading. It is St. Patrick's Day, St. Patty's Day. I hope you're all wearing your green, which I'm not. I have green pants on, but that's the extent of it. But let's open up sacred space and let's see what messages we need to hear. I have my cute little matchbox that my sister-in-law got me. Says you make the world a brighter place just by being in it. And that's how I feel about all of you. Isn't it so cool how we can create our own reality? We can wear whatever we want to wear. We have the freedom to be who we are. And then we can share it with other people. It's so magical. So let's call in our guides and our angels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. Please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Bless me in my cute denim hat that my mom got me. Bless my cards. Bless my viewers. I love you all. Let's just let that permeate right there. Look at that. So beautiful, right? I got my little, can you see my queen? I call this my queen and king crown ring. It looks like a crown. I wear it when I'm feeling like a queen. Yeah, I kind of don't want to put this out. It's very soothing to stare at, isn't it? Fun fact, when you hold incense or sage or a palo stick in your home, and if the stream goes straight up, right? If it's not curly cueing and like spreading out quickly, if it's a stream that's going straight up, that means the energy in the room is very, very dense. So the smoke can't expand. So when you know it's expanding and it's going like, well, outside it's pretty windy, so it doesn't really count. But when you're indoors and the stream goes straight up and it's really, really thin, that means the energy in the room is very dense. So you might need to cleanse it a few times or a longer period of time. If you immediately burn the sage or Palo Santo and it immediately expands the smoke, that means the energy is light and airy and good. So, fun little fact. Let's start with, oh, I feel so good right now. I just feel a surge of love. I feel a surge of peace and calm and home. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to use spell casting oracle cards. This is what the deck looks like. I do have an Amazon list linked below. If you guys ever want to know where I get all my cards from, I have them all linked on an Amazon list. All right, Spirit, what do we need to hear today? Beautiful St. Patty's Day. And look, it's green. I didn't even realize that. Let's see. Okay, I just got a message to talk about diet and nutrition. I'm going to quickly cut the deck for you guys. You can see dreams. We got this last time. Okay, so I'm talking about this for nutrition because this is connected to my dreams that I had. I've been having some really awful nightmares about war and about murder and crime, and I've been wondering why. And recently, I've been looking at my diet, and I'm a pretty healthy person. And lately, I have not been healthy, but it's not even to the extent of unhealthy that other people might think of. Like, it's not fast food, it's not junk food, it's still eating like gluten-free pretzels or dairy-free cheese, but they're all like processed stuff, right? I'm not eating fruits and vegetables like I used to. So for the past, I'd say month, I've been eating more like solid foods. I just was craving like a bagel and cream cheese. So I would get a gluten-free bagel, dairy-free cream cheese. And to me, that's still somewhat better than the other thing, right? And I'm making everything at home, and I was doing lots of chicken and rice and broccoli. So I was doing a little bit of vegetables, but that was the extent of it. And I just felt like the past month I've been in a dark cloud. I felt like I couldn't get positive about anything. I felt overwhelmed. I felt like my dreams were all over the place. And let me tell you, as soon as I cleaned up my diet, I feel freaking amazing. I feel over the top, like I'm on a high, like I'm on a drug and I'm not on anything. So what I did was I spent one day and I bought 6 bushels or 6 stalks of celery, and I just juiced it all in one day. And then so right now I have like 10 mason jars of celery juice in my fridge, in my freezer, ready for the next 10 days. And I was just like, I'm committing to doing this. I'm not putting any more processed. Anything that comes in a bag or a box is considered processed foods. So you want to get obviously whole foods that are grown from the earth, hopefully grown organically and clean. So what I committed to was celery juice every morning. If anybody's looking for diet details, I'm doing a detox. So I'm doing watermelon, mangoes, sweet potatoes at night, asparagus at night, the fruit during the day. What else? I'm doing a little bit of oatmeal, not much. Um, what else? What else? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Carrots, broccolini, spinach, sprouts. I love sprouts. So like last night I made sprouts, spinach, asparagus, all mixed in with garlic. And when you eat garlic too, that's very, very good for antibacterial, to fight infections. Anytime you guys get sick, if you stick a bunch of garlic cloves inside honey and leave it in a mason jar, it'll be good for a whole year. And you take spoonfuls of the honey with the garlic fermented in it anytime you get sick. I do a spoonful every single day just to keep that garlic antibiotic type of energy in my body. And honey is so, so high vibrational, because if you guys didn't know this, that honeybees are the most high vibrational being. Their hertz, like the rate, I think it's 300 hertz that they vibrate at. And so when they're creating the honey, that's holding that same vibration. So honey is very, very healing. But I had to clean up my diet. I was not eating enough fruits and vegetables. So I cut out all the processed food. I was eating like dairy-free ice cream every night. Like I just would have like 2 or 3 scoops and that was it. But I didn't realize how much that was affecting my sleep. It was affecting my dreams. It was affecting my psyche and my energy. So I cleaned it up and I feel amazing. It's like all that darkness lifted, all the worry about a manifestation coming went away. It's like I could just be so calm and I could think clearly, and I wanted to go work out. And for the last month I would get into the gym and I'd have to like convince myself to work out. Where yesterday I felt so invigorated and I just felt so good. So this is your reminder. Even though you might think you're still eating healthy, you probably could do a little bit better. Your vibration doesn't need as much food as we think it needs. Our body is a very intelligent energy system, and we can give it, what it's craving in the moment. And it might not be a full plate of potatoes and chicken and rice, and it might just be a couple bites of each. You know, we don't always need as much as we think we need. And when I did a water fast, I realized this. I did a 48-hour water fast, and I realized how often I was going to the kitchen. I'm like, I really don't need food, because I was able to survive without food for 2 days. But it just puts you in check, and you're just like, wow, like, what have I been putting in my body? What has my body been having to digest for the last month? And it was all processed crap. But the watermelon, the mangoes, the oranges, I forgot I had oranges, wild blueberries, papaya, mangoes, I think I said. I would, and pitaya too, dragon fruit. I have all of that in my fridge and my freezer right now. And I'm doing the celery juice every morning, the fruit right after that. And then I'll do like a smoothie with the dragon fruit, a little bit of coconut milk, wild blueberries, and bananas. And I'm just keeping it strictly like fruit and veggies for the next few days. And I just want to see what happens. And believe it or not, guess what happened when I did this? I literally cleaned up my diet for one day. Overnight, I received $50, $47 from one of my clients in Sweden. She was treating me to gas money. She's like, this is money for your Jeep. She just got a new car herself. So she was just, I guess, thinking of me and wanted to treat me. So my vibration called in money out of thin air. And I was actually reading a book last night about how when we clean up our diet and when we stop engaging with people who are not healthy for us, that closes out that energy and it blocks it, and it allows space for abundance to flood in. So you wouldn't connect the two. You wouldn't think that your diet and your relationships affect your money flow, but they do. They 100% do. So if you're not receiving money and you're wondering why, look at your patterns, look at your habits, look at the people that you're connecting with. And I don't know what happened, if this card fell out or if it was at the bottom of the deck, but we have the ego card. Somebody is breaking the chains and the shackles of their ego. They're letting go of that version of themselves that felt like they needed to perform to be loved. They need to be a certain way. They're in judgment, they're in criticism. You don't have to be that way anymore. You are like, she's like free. Look at her. And she's in a green dress, which is the heart chakra alignment. It says the illusion of being trapped. You are not trapped. Accept responsibility for your situation, change your habits, then make choices that support your path to your happiness. Eat better food, cut out those people. And it says addictions are unhealthy habits. I'm such a little cute dummy. I didn't see that at the bottom. Yes, spirit is confirming we're changing our habits. Too funny. Okay, why do I feel guided to change decks already? Okay, we're gonna do Love and Light by Doreen Virtue. This is what it looks like. Matches all my pink and purple today. As I was getting ready to film you guys, I was thinking, how cool is it that I get to be this avatar and my personality likes the way certain things look, right? Like the flag that my aunt got me after my daughter passed away, this prayer flag. It's all the elements, air, fire, water, earth. It's a very popular yogi flag, if you will. It's in yoga studios all the time. And then I have my pink pillow. I have my heart little lantern, pink flowers. And these are from my house where I lived when I was pregnant with Micah. For those of you that are new to my channel, I had a daughter back in 2012 and she passed away with a muscle disorder at 6 weeks old. So I had her, didn't know she had the disorder. And then when she was born, she wasn't moving her arms and legs. My world flipped upside down. We did all these tests and she was poked and prodded and MRIs and all the things. And 6 weeks later, she declined and we had to make a decision to take her off of oxygen. And I'm speaking very fastly about this because I've explained it so many different times, but if you're new, I'm sorry if this is abrupt. I'm sorry if you've had a miscarriage or if you've lost an infant or a child or a parent or anyone. Grief is not easy. And I'm sensing that this card is going to be about that, but I don't know. I'm not looking at it yet. And now I forget why I even brought that up. Oh, but before I was filming, I was thinking about how cool is it that I get to be me, right? Like Michelle has a certain signature. I have a certain look. I have a certain taste. I have a certain craving for the way I want to live my life. And we get to do that. We get to live our life in our own bubble and nobody can control that. So remember, you are allowed to, your ego is still healthy. Like my personality is my ego. Me wanting the pink pillow and the pink flowers and the pink top and my hat on, like that's all ego related. So understanding that it's healthy to be who you are, it's healthy to have a personality. You don't want to be like the rest. And this says, with God, all things are possible. If you had faith, even as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it would move. Matthew 17:20. And there was a one post that I made on, I think it was on Instagram or maybe my community page a couple weeks back, where it was like, if you're looking to manifest something, God will move mountains to bring it to you. So when you think the impossible, when you think that things are impossible, the impossible is possible. And the ego will tell you differently. The ego will say, there's no way that can happen. I don't see how there's a way. You know, even my dreams are telling me that nothing good's ever going to come my way. Or maybe your dreams are telling you that you are going to win or something is coming, or maybe you just won the lottery, or there's a celebration in your dream space that's saying like God placed that dream, that prophecy in there so that you can remember the feeling of the excitement of getting the thing. Okay? All things are possible with God. There's one book that I read called Outrageous Openness, and another book called It's Not Your Money. And Change Me Prayers is another book by Tosha Silver. And she talks about how in one of her books, she would always say, at the end of every statement, she would say, without God, like, I'll never get this new house that I want without God. Yeah, you won't, because you're not using the universe, you're not using God, you're not using your co-creation abilities. So it's literally anything that you're saying is impossible. If you add without God at the end, it is impossible. You need God, you need source, you need the universe to align it, to bring it to you. So it's literally like a DoorDash order. You have your phone in your hand. You know that you want to manifest a new home, a new environment, more money, this perfect partner. You place it into your phone and then you send it to God. And that's it. And then God's going to send you breadcrumbs. God's going to send you signs and synchronicities, and you just hold the line until it's delivered in your 3D reality. And that takes time. The universe is not just going to drop it to you the moment you ask for it. We wouldn't be living on Earth if that was the case. We would be in the 6th dimension or the 7th dimension where everything is just here. You think a thought and it's here. You know, what's the fun in that? So you want to be able to, I think somebody's cooking and they're making a lot of noise on the grills. Sorry guys if you can hear that. But let's enjoy the journey. Let's enjoy the fact that it's on the way, or who we're becoming on the way to these desires. Okay, let's do the ever unfolding heart. This is the very first deck that I created in memory of my daughter. I created 2 decks in memory of her. Oh, no, I thought one flipped, but it's just upside down. We're gonna keep shuffling. Okay, 4 just jumped out. Money, money, money. Expect it to pour into your life in effortless ways and increasing amounts. Woohoo! So money is coming. Your soulmate is wondering what your love language is. Do you even know? Let's find out and tell them. Physical touch, quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, or gifts. Which one are you? Do you even know what your love language is? I always say mine depends on the partner and the energy between us. But most of the time for me, if anyone's curious, I love acts of service or like gifts. Like I love being surprised. Like if somebody were just to show up at my door with flowers, oh my gosh, I'd be smitten. I had this one guy who he like refurbished a table for me, which I loved. There was another person who did like a jar of post-it notes and all the reasons why he loved me on each post-it note. Like those kinds of things are my favorite, which is like a service, right? It's like a gift, but they're doing something to create the gift. They're making the gift on their own. Okay, and then we have your dream job is on the way. Keep feeling good. The more you feel good, the quicker it arrives. Get excited. It's almost here. So we have your dream job is on the way. Money is coming. Your soulmate seems to be coming or is already here and wanting to learn more about you. And it says, you know what you need to do. Ask your angels, ask your angels to change you into a person who can take action. It's crazy. I was talking to my friend Jillian about visiting her out in Texas. And the minute I had the thought and I was journaling it, because we're going to do an event together, my Spotify went on and the Spotify song was called Austin. So I was like, and she lives right outside of Austin. So I was like, all right, that's fated. That's destiny. I had to tell her about it today and I did. And it was awesome. Okay. And then we have the Oracle of the Angels deck. So we're going to see what message we need to hear. Oracle of the Angels. I love this card. This is the most beautiful card, I think, in all of my decks. I love roses. So if roses are a sign from anybody that your manifestation is coming, look how beautiful it matches everything that I'm wearing right now. This will be my thumbnail. Smile. Number 17, which is my number. I love it. And then we have releasing. So clearly the growing means you've been planted, right? You were placed into the ground a while ago. Something awful might have happened to you. You just feel like you're in the darkness. And I always say you're not being buried, you're being planted, because soon you're going to sprout out and you're going to be this beautiful rose. And in the meantime, you are releasing anything that's not a match to you. You're releasing the traumas. I did a video recently talking about the nerds rope. the candy the nerds are up and how all the little nerds are your traumas. And when we need to be in alignment with the universe and dancing with the universe, so the money can come in, so the job can come in, so the soulmate can come in, your whole world is going to change overnight because your rope is finally clear. And when we are removing traumas, we're working with healers, we're working with mentors, we're working with guides to figure out what is on the rope. What is the nervous system still holding on to that's blocking these manifestations from coming in? And a lot of times we have to grow through that hard time of releasing. We're releasing all of the traumas and the pain from our childhood that's made us who we are. And it's not who we are. The final card, liberation. Wow, look at the eye in this. This is freedom. This is the nervous system being free. You're finally coming into alignment with your truth of who you're supposed to be with, where you're supposed to be with them, how you guys are going to serve together. It's like a full circle. Okay, now we have the Gateway Oracle. Can you guys hear the birds chirping? They sound so beautiful. Stop it, you guys, we got another rose. Accepting what is. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. So if you guys didn't know this, the roses represent an offer is on the way. So there was one time where one of my guy friends, his name is Joe, he messaged me and asked me to be on his podcast. And the night before he messaged me, I had a dream that he was handing me a rose. So roses don't always mean an intimate thing is about to happen. It's an offer. There's going to be an offer coming somebody's way, and you're going to need to accept it as it is. And because you've grown and you've released, you're now open to receiving this offer. You are now free to receive it, where before you weren't ready for it. Okay, let's do some Micah magic. Twelve, 12. You are in the flow, stay there. I just did a video about alignment that's going to air. Maybe it was this, did it air today? I think it aired today. Yeah. 3 signs that you know your manifestation is on the way is being in alignment, being in the flow. And when you see 12, 12, I think from in my situation, that's the universe saying you're there. You're on the dance floor. Keep going. I just saw rest, rest, rest at the bottom of the deck. That's a message for somebody. Horse spirit is bringing momentum, is here to bring momentum. So as these changes are happening, you're releasing the ego, you're realizing that the impossible is possible. You're going to be receiving the dream job, the money, the manifestations, the person, whatever it is that you're specifically calling into your life. It's going to start to come in when you've released the ego. The ego is the thing that is still keeping you stuck. And this was at the bottom of the deck. A windfall of money. I'm glad that that just came out because before I grabbed Micah Magic, I got a message to tell you all something and I didn't do it. I forgot about it. So when we have the windfall of money, I put it next to the growing card because I feel like there's a message in here that sometimes on your journey, the universe is going to test you. Okay, so say there was an opportunity, right? A lot of times, you know, the universe is testing you when you get a glimpse of your manifestation and then it gets taken away from you. So back in, I think it was like maybe 6 or 7 months ago, I have a mindfulness program out there. It's being sold all over the US and Canada to kids, teaching them how to meditate, how to manifest, how to handle anxiety, how to love themselves, self-care. And there was a program out in California where they were looking to receive a grant to be able to purchase like 1,000 copies of my program. And so my program, they were going to purchase 1,000 copies. I think it was 1,000, might have been 700. I'm not sure. I can't remember the exact number, but it was around 1,000. It was between 750 and 1,000. And they would be in schools all over California. And I got the call that the grant was coming through, and then it fell through a couple weeks later. So I quickly got on my calculator. I did the math thinking, how many kids am I going to reach? How many schools is that? And it was like, my goal is to reach millions of kids. And I did the math and I was like, oh my God, that's so many kids that I'm going to reach. And then I did the math to figure out how much money would come in from that and how I could save that money or support myself. I did the math and I think it was over like $80,000 or something. And I was just like, oh, I was like, this is the biggest manifestation ever. This is so cool. And then it fell through. It didn't happen. And I know that the universe tests us in those situations. It's saying, hey, Michelle, are you in alignment with your finances? If we're going to give you this $80,000, are you going to take care of it? Are you going to use it for good? Are you going to save it? Or are you just going to explode and just spend it on everything? Because the last time I got money from my mindfulness program in a big amount, I didn't know this lesson. I quickly spent it. I paid off debts. I booked vacations with it, and it was gone in like a year. So I learned that lesson. I'll never do that again. And sometimes the universe is testing you. It brings you a manifestation, it teases you, and then it takes it away because it's saying you still have more work to do. So I took that as I was still not liberated. I was still not ready. I had more growing to do. And that's why I think we got these cards with each other, is because if you're not receiving the manifestation that you desire, there's still growing that you need to do that you can't see. And that's why it's happening, because the universe is trying. It's like taking a flashlight. It's like this. It's taking a flashlight and it's saying, hey, you need to go within and look deeper, shine a light on the shadow within us to figure out why we're not receiving it. And that's happened twice in my life, where a close, big, huge manifestation is almost about to drop in and then it gets taken away. So I know that I'm not ready yet, but that doesn't mean it's never going to come. Who's not to say that California doesn't get that grant now? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you start to see 1234, that's when things are shifting. And that's the cool part, is I know that that manifestation is not out of reach. If it was close to happening that one time, and I did not expect to ever have that many sales in one go of it. Like I thought maybe it would trickle over time, I'd have that many sales. But if one grant were to buy that many, like I couldn't have come up with that manifestation. That was the universe that brought it to me. So I believe that's still there. But am I ready to be the woman to receive that gift? If the universe, it's like I'm a child and the universe is my dad or mom saying, hey, are you going to treat your toy well? Are you going to take care of it? I'm not going to buy you this expensive bike if you're just going to leave it outside in the rain. Okay, so that's what the universe does. It's going to make sure that you can handle what it's wanting to bring you. Because if you're not handling a smaller version of that manifestation, like if you just get $5,000 and you're not saving any of it, you're going to struggle to manifest more. That's how the universe tests us. And that's how we know we're being tested. So don't get angry when you don't get your manifestations. It's a test. And it's still on the table. Okay, we have they will reach out. Maybe that's that call that I'm going to get that says your grant has been granted. Okay, another one. This is so good. I'm so glad that this just came out, because this is again with the diet. So another reason why we don't get manifestations is because our routines are not for our highest. Like me not eating well was affecting my vibration. I was having bad dreams. I was walking through the day going, what's going on with my skin? I feel like I'm looking older. I don't really want to work out. That mental energy is draining my life force. So I needed to make a change. I had to stop even giving myself the reason to think about my health. When you're healthy and you're flowing, you're not thinking about your health. You're just doing your routines and you're feeling amazing. But when you're off track and you're not doing what you're meant to be doing, you start overthinking, I should be doing this, or I shouldn't be eating this, or why aren't I sleeping? That's all wasted energy. And that is a huge part of manifestation, is we have to switch up our routines and be different. We have to set our vibration up to be connected to source and to be on that dance floor. And I teach this and I still struggle with it. So be kind to yourself. We're not perfect. You're going to fall off track. And sometimes falling off track, like for me the last month, I needed to experience that. I needed to experience being in a low vibration, but not knowing I was in a low vibration until I came out of the low vibration and realized, oh my gosh, I'd been suffering that whole time and I didn't know it. And this is where we thank our guides, because they're guiding us. They're letting us know that they're protecting us through that process. They're not going to bring us that manifestation because they know we're going to blow it and we're going to ruin it. So they're going to continue to give us signs to let us know that we need to shape up, we need to fix ourselves, we need to fix our patterns, fix our thought patterns, and be better. Let go of old behaviors. Yeah, these are addictions. That's the ego card yet again, addictions and unhealthy behaviors. Okay, let's do, what card do we want to do? Because I was speaking about Tosha Silver, let's do her deck. We're going to do her wild offering. All right, we have perfectionism. This is something that I struggled with early on in my journey. Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. So perfectionism will keep you in procrastination. It'll keep you from creating the things that you want to create in this world. And kind of like what I talked about earlier with like our avatar and how we get to be and the character that we get to express ourselves through. Like we're not playing a character, we are being the character that we are. So in every moment, you're just doing what lights you up, and that's your character. And perfectionism, that can be hindered. You know, if you feel like you're wanting to wear a certain outfit, but you're like, I wonder what this person will say, and then you don't do it, you're trying to be perfect for that other person's needs. You don't need to do that anymore. You can literally just do what you want, be who you are, wear what you want. And if you're thinking a thought that, oh, what's that person going to say? You observe it and you say, I don't do that anymore. That's ego. Ego wants to please and be perfect. Soul wants to express and create. Okay, so remember, your soul wants to express itself through your avatar. So there is a healthy ego that has to come out. My ego is wearing the hat. My ego is one of the earrings, but that's my soul looking to express myself through that. Okay, whereas some egos are looking to dress a certain way only to receive the validation from others. You know, I would still be wearing all of this and have this whole look even if I was talking to nobody. That's when you're in soul. When you're in ego, you won't do this unless somebody's watching. Okay, that's the difference. And then we have independence. So a pink butterfly is a sign for somebody. Sunflowers are a sign for somebody. The more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. Help me feed and love this inner child, dear Lord. So this reminds me of one of my mentorship clients. She's going through a breakup right now. And I believe that she has this beautiful soul and this beautiful inner child that she's needing and being called to nurture. And she's not going to let her inner child be handed off to the next person to date unless she is whole on her own in this and is in her fullest, highest as this beautiful butterfly. Because we're not going to put ourselves in another situation to get hurt again when we're not able to do it, or we're not able to see, you know, how somebody's hurting us. So if you're still not fully seeing the pattern that you're creating for yourself, we don't engage in partnership until we heal the pattern. Then we engage in partnership to see if we've done a good job healing the pattern. So you fully can't heal patterns unless you're with somebody to practice it, but you do the work independently first. And that's why people reach out to healers and guides and mentors, because we can't do it on our own. We need the help. We need somebody to show us our patterns because we are still in a costume that is ego, and we're still attracting these situations where people are not honoring us. They're wanting to control us, and our energy is saying, yes, you can control me. And we don't want to do that anymore. We want to pull back that energy, have our sovereignty, and say, nobody's going to control me. I control me. You can come and share life with me if you support and love me, but you're not going to be here to manipulate me and to try to get something from me or to use me. The breeze feels so good. Okay, we're going to end with a final card with Kim Cran's, Spirit Animal, the Wild Unknown. matches my outfit too. So the buffalo, this means this could be a tower moment for somebody, maybe a quick breakup and then a quick transition somewhere else, maybe a new relationship that's blooming. But the buffalo goes right through the storm. Like if he's facing the storm, can you see it? He goes right through it because he knows it's the fastest way through it. He's not going to go around it. He's not going to sit. He's going to move towards it, and he's going to go towards the challenge and the struggle. And I just got another message that this is similar to the universe testing you. You're going to be thrown challenges, and guess what? Those challenges were made for you. And as you evolve and as you grow and get better on this journey, the challenges are going to get harder because you're spiritually stronger. So now when the challenges are harder, you're going to have to realize that, okay, when I'm going through a big challenge right now, God is giving me this challenge because he knows I can handle it. Goddess, he or she knows that I can handle it. So you're going to be like the buffalo and you're going to go towards it. You're going to go towards your fear. You're going to go towards your worry. You're going to go towards the breakup and say, let me learn from this. Let me heal this. Let me go through it because the quicker I go into it, the quicker I get out of it. But I do see like lots of movement. I see people breaking up and then quickly getting into a new partnership or even an overlap. Sometimes people are married and they're meeting their person and they have to make that transition out of the marriage into the new partnership. But I'm seeing an overlap in this card. Spirit is showing me an overlap, and it can be stormy because it's not clean, right? It's not like the healthy way to break up and to start a new relationship. It's messy. So be open to abrupt endings and quick new beginnings. Don't resist it. If it feels right, go with it. Okay. All right, lovies, I am sending you so much love. Don't forget, no need to be perfect. Windfall of money is on the way. Your dream job is on the way. Everything's going to kind of be happening at a snapping rate, and you want to be open and flexible. Okay. Embrace the tower moments, embrace the job loss, the breakup, trust that you're being moved to something better. And always remember me saying this. If you're losing something in your life, you're now opening up space for something new to come in. And the ego will want to grip. The ego will not want the change to happen. It's going to want to keep you trapped. Okay. It's going to want to control the other person that's walking away or the job that's leaving you. It's going to want to grip and pull it back. And your job is to say, ego, we're okay without it. We can do this on our own. We're okay without it. I am here now. I am here. God is here. The universe is here. My angels and guides are with me. I'm living in this new way, in this new spiritually awakened body. And I don't need to grip on something that's being pulled away from me. I can let it go and I can be open to the new. Okay, so you're going to go towards that energy. And trust me, when you learn the lessons and when you grow, where's that beautiful rose card? When you grow and you actually start tightening up and taking care of your finances and taking care of you, that eclipse energy that's coming this month. There's a huge eclipse energy starting, I think on March 20th or 25th, somewhere around there. And then there's a solar eclipse on, I think, April 8th or 4th. But that's going to be a huge like cutting out. Eclipses cut things out of your life, and they also shine a light on the stuff that you can't really see. So you might be being shown that you're not taking care of your finances, and that's why you didn't get the manifestation yet. So you're needing to say and to look and journal, where do I need to grow? Where can I be better? Where am I not taking care of myself physically? Where do I need to eat healthier? Because when you eat healthier and when you take care of your relationships, doors and windows open all over your house for more of this to come in because you're changing and you're growing. So final message, never stop growing. And if you need help, join my community. There's an amazing crew over there. It's called Awaken Your Magic. I'll leave the barcode up here or the QR code and then the link below. So feel free to join. You can talk to me privately in the group. We share our stories, we share our breakups, we share everything that's going on in our life, and we just have support over there. So feel free to join as you are sprouting out into this beautiful rose that you all are. All right, lovies, I'm sending you so much love. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace out.